a song just came into my head right
Tell
now,
me.
and it's perfect. Jolene, Jolene,
Ooh,
Jolene, Jolene. Oh, that's a perfect Bachelor song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Don't take my man, girl. Don't take him.
episode 2.
Here
Don't
we
be
are.
confused.
No.
Many a girl acting like we're further along.
I'm loving this whole, like, I just feel that the other girls have more of a connection with you. Like, we're on day 3, and they have a day 3 connection with you. I only have a day 2 connection with you.
I think I'm barely on it.
So-
Just got out of the limo. Like this, they're like, Hannah B's been at every single time because there's only been
It's been 2 days.
It's been
It's been 2 days.
She didn't get back on the plane yet.
2 days.
She actually is still at your hotel. So they were just trying to monopolize on the.
They're like, if she's gonna be here in town anyways. It's,
Okay, so we are in episode 2.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm doing this so much because I feel like.
Because people need to check it out.
And
Okay, check
this,
it.
and this is what we're doing. We're doing the Hannah B wrap up.
I love that.
Are we though?
I don't know if their story's done.
We're never tying a knot. Hannah B, we're out there for you.
We're wanting this.
I am Team Hannah B until
I
I
think-
die for Peter.
Here's the thing.
He's gonna get married to someone else on Bachelor Nation live, and I'm gonna be
You're
there
so-
waiting for her to stand up
I
in the
object.
aisle to say I object
Y'all.
and run away together.
Here's my
She
thing.
actually said that. Let's just.
Which one?
Hannah B said that to Peter.
Let's run
You know,
away?
She said, "Let's just get out of here," didn't she?
Yes. Yes.
And I was
So,
like, when she said that, were you not like,
they're having this moment. He
Run
wants her
out.
to come back. She doesn't really want to come back and compete for him. She wants him to like say, okay, let's get out of here, let's go. And he's not going to do that because he has a room full of girls in there.
she doesn't
So,
want to
you know what
rob
she
him?
does? Well, she does. She wants to steal him. She wants to be the robber.
But she doesn't want it to be her. Like she doesn't want it to be her. Like
But here's what she does. She's like, okay, if you're not going to choose me, here, let me give you a hug. Let me koala bear up in your lap.
that
Just climb in.
that hug was like a.
That
That was not-
my daughter crawling for a hug like that. Like, it was just so.
That's not how adults hug. Well, hug. That is
Yeah,
how
it was like,
adults.
oh, you're sad?
She was
Crawl up
waiting.
in your lap.
And then there was that moment they were waiting so long for the
Oh my
kiss.
gosh, it was intimate, it was deep. I was on the edge of my seat going, are they going to kiss?
And then all of a sudden,
They're like this close, okay? And he's like, I can't.
I'm done.
And she's like, okay, we'll see you later.
Closure.
Is it wrong of me to feel like maybe it wasn't all fully real, that she really just wanted to see if she could have him, and then she found that she couldn't, and she was like, I can't do it. I'm not going to sit here and beg
I
you.
think no. Listen,
know.
Y'all know. I started off not excited about Hannah B.
I know.
And now I have never been more fully choo-choo
'Cause
conducting a train.
Because she's driving the crazy car.
And I am on board. I am throwing coal into the. Do coals power trains? I don't know what
don't know.
powers the steam engine, but
Steam.
I'm heating the water. Whatever. I'm on board the Hannah train.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
here's what I gotta say. I feel like her heart was more like she doesn't trust herself, which we've always said.
Well, she
She's
said-
the worst at decisions.
Well, she even said, I feel like I've made awful decisions.
So
I've
she
thought
doesn't
about
trust
what if."
herself to make it in this moment. She was hoping he would jump in and make it for them.
Well, and he said the right thing. He said, I'm worried that you're just worried, like, what ifs.
Yeah.
And you're not actually here for
Yeah.
me.
I think though, if he had said "Let's go,"
Oh, she'd be gone.
she'd be gone, and we'd be in a happily ever after.
Yeah.
And Mike could come in and be the bachelor, and it would be fine.
And it'd be done. And we'd be really happy. I don't know.
I don't know, but
Okay.
so then he leaves that and goes and
He goes in and cancels the date. I mean, he's so caught off by the whole situation. And I get
rightfully
it.
so. I think that was appropriate cancel.
I think that was all too soon. It
Yeah.
was all too soon.
The
we
whole
all
thing.
knew it. We all knew it. They're not ready to be friends. They may never be friends. I don't know. So the girls are upset. Rightfully so. I'd be upset too. I'm here for his heart, and he's obviously still has feelings
Yeah.
for Hannah.
I mean, but like you're upset, but like some girls were like more upset than
McKenna had a ton of not McKenna,
Natasha.
She
Yeah.
had a ton of words.
Yeah.
She said it right then and there and called them out.
Yeah.
And he did good
liked it.
validating everyone's feelings.
Yeah,
And I feel like it made him look at her and go, okay, she's gonna stand up for herself. And he
which is
liked
good.
it.
He likes
Yeah.
that.
So we're just gonna fast forward to cocktail.
Episode 2, cocktail. Not to be confused
The
with.
first half was all spent like taking turns letting Peter have it.
Yes.
Literally, like, what were you thinking? And I'm
Yes.
not here for all this.
What? And I mean, I feel like the girls are rightfully
I don't think
worried.
they're wrong.
Yes.
I'm just also like, okay, this you do also want to use your time well. So maybe
talk about something else. And someone
Yeah.
who didn't talk about something else, but definitely physically change the subject, if you will.
Yeah.
Peter did his classic move.
Was set on the.
Pick you up, set you down.
He's like, "What's this behind you? You're on it.
This
is where you will be."
And her feet were
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you said that because I saw her feet dangling.
Because I think her dress was so tight that she like couldn't, and like her feet were like kind of like dangling there.
That was rough. That was hard to watch. That was like, oh. So then he also has a good moment with Sydney.
He does. Sydney opens up about her background, but I didn't know if they really actually had a connection.
Yeah.
Or if she just kind of opened up a little bit about herself.
I think that's what I'm saying though. She spent the time. She could have said something about her annoyance. I don't know. But she spent so much time going, okay, we're going to break through this wall.
And also talk about
who I am and who you are.
Because if we don't get to.
And I think because of that, he's like, I'm going to give you the rose.
Yeah, he gave the rose to Sydney. I was surprised he didn't give it to McKenna.
I was too.
I feel like I don't think he puts that much weight in the physical though. Like, no, he loves the physical, but he puts his weight into it.
He puts them on there so he doesn't have to hold them up. That's where he sets them down all the time.
But like, he doesn't measure that as like connection.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I mean, he likes it, but it's not like a measure of like, if I can like roll around and make out with you, but I actually had a bigger connection over here with someone else.
And I wonder if it's not even always connection, it's like conversation. Like, we really connected like conversationally.
Yeah.
So that was good.
It's all weird though, because you're like, this is really only like 4 hours after you were like, I kind of want to go back with Hannah B.
Mm-hmm. I'm better now though.
I'm fine
I'm better
now, but
now we're fine.
Okay, so then cut forward. Okay, so Sydney got that rose.
Yeah.
And now we're going to what used
ceremony.
to be an end of the episode rose ceremony,
Yeah.
but now the Bachelors mixed it up on us.
Well, that's how you know it's drama. We usually don't get these cut-off rose ceremonies until 5 or 6 episodes in.
Right, but like episode 2. We're gonna keep reminding y'all because it gets really confusing.
It's very serious. So, okay.
So let's break this down from the beginning. Kelsey has a bottle
of champagne
that she got on her birthday last year. Not like
she's been saving it for a special occasion. I don't know what it is. I didn't see what it was. She didn't say if it was like a Dom Perignon. I don't know. Or what the significance was. If it was expensive or if it was like a special label. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I automatically applaud her for self-control because rarely do I get a bottle of champagne and I'm like, girl, let's save it for a maybe moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, and I'm also tired of everyone saying Champagne Gate. Okay, like stop talking bad. Like the champagne did something wrong. The champagne did nothing wrong. I'm sorry, you're sullying a name here. So let's move on from my personal belief system. Okay,
so she saved this.
She sets it up.
She sets up this moment.
Like candles and a little blanket and by the fire. And she waits.
And then
she
says,
I'm going next.
She decides
Yes.
that it's going to be her turn next. But she
Yes.
hasn't actually told that to Peter or anyone other than the 2 girls that are with her, supporting her.
She's like a take a number person. Like she's like, I'm next.
But
nobody knows.
supposedly, we were all supposed to know that was her turn.
Yeah, so McKenna steals. She says steals.
Yes.
I think McKenna just found him before she did and went to have a conversation.
And it's always controversial when you're doing like extra time.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody who's had time before, she was on a date versus Kelsey wasn't on a date. But there was nothing about that time that was significantly Kelsey's.
Yeah.
Like it's not like when we talk about stealing a date from someone, that's like they're already talking and then someone's like, can I have you a moment? Can I steal you a moment? Can I borrow you a moment? Like McKenna just was like hanging out with him unbeknownst to her. Is that the word?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right.
Okay.
But she got back and Kelsey ripped her to shreds. She was very mean to her.
I always felt, McKenna has the crazy eyes, so I kind of thought she might fire back, but she looked hurt.
She was shocked.
And she was like doing this thing where I thought she was going to cry. Did you see her mouth?
Like the quipper?
Yeah, and she's like trying not to.
Well,
I feel like
and she was probably caught off guard. I would have
Yeah.
been too. I'm sorry, we're all here for the same reason. I didn't do anything to you personally that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
And she just went off on her.
Like, as if the premise of the show is not to get time with Peter.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Kelsey.
This isn't the Kelsey Peter show.
So she's upset already.
So yeah. So while she's yelling at her, though, I'm like, how many people are you letting go in between?
And like, how come this isn't your moment?
That's what
I was real confused.
People keep stealing my moments, but stop giving people the power to steal your moments. Go take charge.
Yeah, y'all are talking about this for like 10 more minutes when you could have already had it. Okay, so then.
Okay, so this is where it gets real. Hannah Ann and Peter are walking, as one does, and they see the champagne. Oh! And Peter says, let's pop it open.
Yeah, Peter did initiate that.
He did, and they were like, okay, we'll sit down. They shook it up, they popped it, and you see, they pan over to Kelsey, and
the
her
pop
head
heard around the world.
Oh my gosh, it was like, what?
Everybody, like, it wasn't just Kelsey. Like, everybody was like,
yeah, everybody who knew, by the way. Everybody who knew.
The champagne.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal, though. There was supposedly also another bottle of champagne.
And that's why I think she kept saying she knew. Kelsey kept saying Hannah knew. She knew. And there's no way she could have known unless you told her. Like, why don't you say how she knew?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
At some point, you have to say, I told her, or she saw me set up. You can't say she knew.
She was just saying, and she did say, she's like, you knew because it was set up like this.
But that doesn't mean...
And that's Bachelor World.
I was going to say, you walk around every single corner, and there is a bucket of champagne, a blanket, and a fireplace waiting for you.
Yes, right.
Maybe even a songster. I don't know.
A mariachi band.
I don't know.
A red convertible.
This is not real world. This is Bachelor World.
Right, because that was how she said she knew. You don't just walk along and stumble across champagne.
Sure, in like New York on the street, but like in the Bachelor
If Hannah did that in New York, we would have concerns with her decision-making skills. And I don't even think I really like Hannah, but I do actually think she was innocent here.
In this situation, I totally agree with you.
Do y'all think she was innocent?
When she cries and runs away, and like Peter follows her, and then they have a moment.
Oh, that was such a big. That's a big. She had to be drunk, right, Kelsey? Her response.
Her responses were too big.
Too big. Okay.
I'm not saying her feelings weren't allowed to be hurt.
Oh yeah, you're
validate you, sister. But
it was big.
It was big. It didn't seem appropriate. So then she bumps into the other champagne, and it falls, and it's like,
duh, there it is. Duh. That's what happened.
I mean, and it could have happened to anyone.
Oh, and so she comes.
Except Kelsey.
So she comes out after Hannah and calls her the B word.
She says she's fake.
She says she's fake.
She says that she's a princess.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's just calling her all the names. And you can tell, Hannah Ann, I truly believe her, and she's never been talked to that way. Her look on her face
was like, I don't even know what. And she actually, I feel like, handled herself fairly well.
She was poised in the moment, and she tried to apologize.
Yes.
And I don't know if I would have gone back and tried to apologize as many times as she did. Like
and I felt like she was validating too. Like she kept on saying like very like therapist-y things. Like I was like, this girl gets counseling. I feel like she was throwing down some major,
like, I'm validating what you feel.
Yes. However, like I could totally see how you feel that way.
Yes.
Like she's saying all these things that were like very like, you know. But let's move forward. Anyway,
she can't hear anything.
No.
You can't hear what we're saying,
Sarah. Why can't we hear? What do you think's happening?
I don't know.
Should we stop it?
How come nobody else told us?
Courtney Durham, can you hear anything? It says you're watching. Are you not really watching? No, only one person's watching. Nobody else is watching, Sarah. You're the only person who watches us.
Well, Sarah can't hear you saying that to her right now. Oh. We've given you guys our best material. Is your phone on silent?
But it's always on silent so that it doesn't ring or make noises during it. That didn't change anything, did it? Should we keep talking?
I don't know.
No,
Sarah, testing 1, 2, 3.
What happens if I do this? No. This is gonna be the worst. It's that day. It's the time we went on sideways. We've given it our all.
Can you hear us?
Nobody else is on. Oh, there's another person. Who's the other person? Is there a way to see?
No, I'm begging you not to.
Okay. Connection available? I don't know what that means. Okay.
I'm not sure. We'll look at this back later. We're going to keep going.
Okay.
We're going to keep going.
Take a big pause. Okay.
So, a lot of funny stuff.
Anyway, wrap it up.
Yes.
So, oh no, we can't wrap it up because then Kelsey and them go get their champagne.
Yes.
The second bottle.
Yeah. And then she goes they say they're not going to be classy, which I'm like, drink the champagne. Champagne's classy on its own. You don't have to have a glass, okay? Drink the champagne. And she goes to drink it. I feel like they've shaken it at this point, so you should know better.
Oh, but I've done that. That moment when it happened, like, Champagne's done me wrong before like that. I mean, you love it. You love you.
Cheers.
You gotta work through those issues. So, it's always better to go classy with the glassy.
That's my best. I don't know. I like to go trashy with the straw. That didn't rhyme, but I meant it with my heart. Okay, so it explodes in her face, and then
possibly the best moment in the
literally pretended that it wasn't a big deal. But then she walks away and she's like, I understand everything. I understand everything. I just can't.
So good. Okay, 2 moments we have to talk about. Alea, putting on Kelsey's makeup after.
That was like real friend stuff, though. That was like lift each other up. We are here to lift each other up.
That's Jolene style. Like, let me help you look hot to go steal my No, that's too far, Alea. Never mind.
Almost.
Okay.
But it is. It's what we should do.
Okay.
It's the nice thing to do, and she did it, and that was awesome.
And then Madison.
Yes, Madison's interesting. Madison, I haven't labeled her like.
I don't feel like they were on a really long date,
Mm-hmm.
and we only saw like the bits and pieces more of like his parents, I think, for the wedding vows, because that's who we all love anyway.
Yes.
So I don't think we got to actually see much of their date, like
Yeah.
in their deep conversation.
Yes.
I feel like they might have a really good connection.
When he says, he's like, I feel something with you.
I mean, there was
I
a
do.
moment during that I was like, just like, let's end the show. Either he needs to pick Madison or Hannah B, but let's just be like,
Let's just be done.
I don't trust Peter anymore. Like, he's
Yes.
in love with Hannah and Madison, so we should just end this.
Just be done. And
Okay.
Kelsey is a hot mess. I agree with you. So then Lexi got a car. I say she got a car.
That red car. That was funny
cute. That was
because
cute.
his humor is so dry. Like, at first I thought he was serious that he didn't remember what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like, remind me of our first date. And like, Lexi's like, oh yeah, it's fine that you don't remember. I rented that red car and drove you around. And he's like, I remembered. But like, I believed him for a second.
I loved how he was like, I couldn't decide if I liked you or the car. I was like, wow. But
And
real.
then they had the rose ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out and says, my wife is in this room. And I was like, where's Hannah B?
Honestly,
Hannah B?
Hannah B is waiting for him behind the curtain. One of the girls said, like, we really are so different, so it's really hard. Because I don't feel like, I usually, when it's a bachelorette, I'm like, okay, they have a type.
Yes.
Like, these girls are all so different.
My other favorite moment at that rose ceremony is Kelsey was called last, and she was like, why are you always calling me last?
Night 2, people.
There was only one rose ceremony.
Night 2. Y'all are acting like we are like far in the game here.
No,
These
girls are killing me already. Okay. So next group date.
we move to the date. Next group date.
Revolve.
Yes. And so here's the cool thing. They all got to go pick clothes.
Yes.
And model them.
Yes.
And the winner of this whole situation gets all of the clothes. And I'm talking
40 bags.
40 bags of clothes. And this is not your, like...
I went onto their website
Yes,
because
thank you for
we
doing that.
should know.
We have to know.
Because we probably already should have known, but we didn't know. Like, we're talking like these tops are like $80 tops. Dresses are $300 dresses.
Yeah.
Like, this is not...
Yeah.
This is not Amazon.
No.
We're not Amazon priming these.
No.
This is the real deal.
No, and they were all like beautiful clothes and everything. And so, who was there? We had Janice Dickinson,
And Carson from Queer
Carson,
Eye.
which we're big Queer Eye fans. So like
Huge.
that
That was a moment.
was awesome.
And
then I forget her name, but she's the person in charge of Revolve.
So she's a big deal.
She runs things, and she looks beautiful. So that's no shade. Like she legit. Like,
She
she's
was
awesome.
Yeah, she's yeah.
So they go to Jules, and then Victoria starts to crumble.
Victoria F starts spiraling about this like confidence thing and like insecurity. I don't, like I'm not used to being the center of attention, and I call BS. What is happening is she's used to being the center of attention, and this is the first time in her life that she's surrounded by 10 possibly hotter than you women when you have always been the hot friend.
But here's how we know this. So she actually is a model.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So she's like saying, I don't know how to model, and then go down the runway and like,
well, and you looked at her Instagram.
yes. Oh, she's a model. Like she's
She's a
catalogs.
legitimate model.
Like you can find her on websites that sell clothing, like in their clothing for
And
sale.
here's my thing. If you feel that you're legitimately not going to be as good as them, instead of like freaking out, having all this anxiety, go out and just say, okay, I may not win, but the whole point is to show my personality. I'm going to own it.
Oh,
I'm going to
yeah,
sparkle.
well-
I'm going to be myself.
I'm not just like insecurity queen.
But
like,
that's fine. But like, just go.
But it just feels fake.
I'm thinking of like John Paul Jones.
Yes,
for example,
yeah.
When they were doing the men thing,
yeah.
like he just was silly, and it made her fall in love with him.
But
more.
she's the actual model, so
yes.
I think.
But I'm saying like,
and I'm not doubting that she was having some insecurities. I'm just saying like for you to act like you've never like I don't know what I'm doing, like I've never been the center of attention. I was like, well, that's crazy because you have like 100K Instagram followers, and you have a modeling agency deal. So it's interesting that you're so insecure about walking a runway. But then when you knew exactly what to do. She was so hot.
And I was going to say, she looked beautiful.
And she nailed
everything from here to there, just gorgeous.
Okay, yeah. I mean, she might have been insecure, but it was definitely not exactly the way she was portraying.
Yeah.
Like, she was portraying it a little bit differently than I think reality.
Yes. And so she owned it. She looked beautiful. So they did the first one. No one really stood out to me. Everyone looked great.
Everyone looked great, but no one did anything. Like, they were all like, show your personality, and I feel like everybody just kind of did.
Blew the kiss,
generic,
the rose petals.
Be confident. Nobody was that like. I mean, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah.
But what would you have done?
Like, tell us
like Janice was like, I want something to stand out, and like nothing really did until Victoria F.
Yeah, and she just stood out by being
naked.
herself. Yeah.
Being mainly naked.
Yeah. Yeah, she was brave.
She was very brave. And she looked really good. And she made out with him in the middle of it.
Yes, we have to talk about that. Is Homegirl went from like shrieking violent to like the rosebud in the bouquet, man.
Yeah.
She stood out.
And I don't think you can really pull that off if you're that insecure. You're not going to be the person that wears.
So you think she's like milking this and building it up a little bit for maybe like sympathy?
I think she knows how to become the center of attention when she's not the center of attention. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe the insecurity's real. But I just am not buying the whole, like, I'm not used to being the center of attention part.
We're not downplaying her feelings. We're saying, like, something doesn't add up. So, anyways, there's a walk-off.
That she totally gave up on. When her and Hannah B were walking off, like, Victoria was like, kind of like...
Well, I think that's where her insecurity came out. She was like, she looks beautiful. She's gonna look better than me. So she kind of...
Well, and I think it's just like, I don't like competing. I just like being number one. And this is...
wrong show.
Yeah. That's the other thing that keeps happening. This episode, everybody's like, I don't like dating with other girls. And I don't like... This is hard. Victoria F said that.
That was the word of the night. Hard.
4 times. This is hard. I was like, we're on episode 2, and you signed up to be on a dating show, friend.
And there's no way y'all don't know how this goes. There's no way at this point in our lives we don't know how
One girl was like, "Guy, I gave up a lot to be here. I'm not with my mom."
I love my mom, but I do love my mom.
God. Everybody's not with their mom.
You didn't bring your mom to the Bachelor with you? That's my mom is my emotional support
I left my
person.
mom behind. I was like, go find the cow. Where's Ashley P right now? You need some cow loving.
So they had to walk off in the same fabulous dress, and Hannah Ann, I mean, she owned it.
She owned it.
She owned it.
Whether we like her or not.
Her dress in front of her 3 times, and like
she owned it.
And what's funny is like Victoria F's walking back, and she like turns around for one more. Like it was just such a moment.
She definitely won. It was obvious. I don't even think Janice wanted her to win, but she was like, I mean, you won, though.
She's like, this is what it is. I don't know.
And Victoria cries a lot.
Yeah, and so after that, and this is becoming a routine too. Everyone's like, Hannah Ann always wins, or something like that.
And
I'm like, day 2.
What else has she won? There's been no other competitions. I don't know. These girls. Okay. Cocktail hour. Hannah, Victoria F cries into him. And I think they're real to her that she's feeling overwhelmed.
Sure.
She's struggling with not being the center of attention.
Sure.
Opposite of what she's saying.
But I think what she wanted is validation. And by her breaking down and saying, I don't think you notice me, saying those specific words, he was like, I want you here.
He had to do something to show her, I do notice you.
Do not leave. And then she was like, we're good.
And here, unagi. I think that actually means like eel or something. But girls know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're not stupid.
Yeah.
We know if we say, I need to know that you want me here, you're going to show me you want me.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it was very well played,
I will say, though, they did not, like, kiss or anything. So I'm wondering if that connection's not fully there for Peter yet, physically and all that.
But he wanted to show her, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then Kelsey had some more champagne time and came back to the couch and was like, nailed it.
Yeah, I think she's kind of a brat.
I don't love the way she came back.
It seemed like she was trying to rub in people's faces, and the way she handed him the champagne bottle earlier was like, we're having this later. It was just, she just seems kind of like
intense.
Veruca Salt to me.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's another pageant girl
now.
Like, these are a lot of pageant girls who probably kind of already know each other, too.
Yeah.
Like, we keep forgetting that.
Some way, shape, or form.
But so Hannah Ann hears Kelsey being like, nailed it. I'm awesome.
Yeah.
And she decides
to be the
this
first
is Hannah
girl.
Ann's face. She makes this face. And she did. She made that face during Champagne Gate.
I must have blinked.
She did it. I saw her.
I will say she looked legitimately sad, and I don't know what happened to her makeup. She looked like, but it looked like she'd been crying. Like something happened because she looked like she cried off her makeup.
She went to go speak her truth.
Speak her truth. Very good choice of words.
That's
a good choice of words.
About being bullied the previous night.
Okay, so y'all can, I know bullying is a really sensitive topic. It's a sensitive word, and it carries a lot of weight to it.
It's a trigger word.
It is. And rightfully so.
Rightfully
and we're not here to belittle anyone's experiences. I don't know if that would constitute bullying. It wasn't kind. The words she used were horrible.
Absolutely. We don't... Kelsey was...
belligerent
and a hot mess. Someone earlier, I think, called her a hot mess.
Hot
yes.
mess.
Yes. And so she was very... over the top.
Yeah.
Was it bullying? I don't know. I guess if you... What bullying means is to, use your power and stuff to intimidate someone.
And she did say, I wouldn't count it as bullying. I just said a lot of not nice words. And I'm like, well, that isn't not bullying.
It's a fine line.
It is. And so...
Here is the deal. Do you think Hannah Ann should have mentioned it at all to Peter?
That's what the more important question here is. I'm sorry. But the more important, it should have been brought up.
Why does Peter need to know about it?
I think she wanted to play that whole sympathy card. She's going into it with the whole, he needs to know the truth about who she is. But this thing always seems to backfire.
I feel like these girls are young and they know the Bachelor franchise. Mm-hmm. They saw last season. We know they did.
The same thing happened between Hannah and Caitlyn.
Yes, we know better, guys. Mm-hmm.
We're not saying you can't speak your truth. We're not saying that they're wrong for having their feelings and they can't tell Peter about it. But this is so new, and it just seems like it's creating more of a situation.
He obviously saw how Kelsey reacted. He tried to go to the bathroom, and Kelsey was like, I don't want to even talk to him.
That was bad mistake.
This is not the Hannah B, he's not aware. When Hannah B was completely oblivious to Link P. We're not in that situation yet.
Yeah, exactly.
That was, later on when things are getting intense and he's saying, I love you. I'm okay. We're early enough that, Hannah Ann can slow her roll a little bit and not worry about...
It's too soon. And it just comes across as drama, and actually, it puts doubt in his mind about you.
Yeah.
Because the other girl, when he said, did you say these things? She never actually said she didn't say them.
Right.
She did say, calling someone a bully is a big word. I don't believe I was bullying her.
Went round and round.
Yeah. And so, but it made him go, I don't know who to believe.
Yeah.
So now, it turned on her.
Yeah. I feel like Hannah Ann was definitely manipulating the situation, but I feel like Kelsey's also kind of drama. So,
kind of. She literally patted herself on the back. She'd gone a day without crying.
And then she started crying.
And then she started crying. So, drama 100.
Oh, man.
So...
I don't know, I think maybe at the start, they should have, you know how you have workplace, videos that you have to watch about, bullying and, workplace violence? You need, a bullying, educational webinar that the girls have to watch to understand the definition of
true. And I will say, as far as I know, the Bachelor franchise has never let people get away with, true bullying, any physical kind of contact, nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's going to be intense, but Victoria F got the rose, which we knew she was.
Yes.
As soon as she said she needed to be seen, or I don't think you see me, we were like...
He's like, I need to show her I see her.
Yeah, we knew she was getting the rose.
Plus, they didn't, hone in on anyone else this time.
I know, I don't even remember.
And I'm like, was anyone else there?
How did it end? Just...
with her crying in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah?
So...
Who was crying? Kelsey.
We blocked it out. It was kind of
But I will say, it's a lot of drama over champagne. This is intense.
Something that should be bringing us together, by the way.
When does champagne only does us wrong when we try to drink it out of the bottle right after opening it. It does not deserve this. But it's a lot, and it's going to continue. It looks like this continues. The champagne drama continues.
Oh yeah, way into next episode.
And part of me is just
I'm a little excited.
Part of me is just bring Hannah B back and Literally, she was, while they were having a rose ceremony, she's at Dancing with the Stars in the wrong place. I just feel like
wrong show. Right city, wrong show.
Oh, they're so close, but yet so far.
Well, I mean, she lives 20 minutes away.
Guys, what are we going to do the rest of the season?
I know. And you pretend he was away. I know, it's the worst. So that's where we ended. It was a good episode. I feel like it was weirdly like slow, but like so much happened at the same time.
I will never forget the moment the champagne exploded in her face.
That was the best.
For till the day I die, yeah. I will live for that moment. I will probably go rewind it a couple times and watch it.
Nothing wrong with
tonight, because it was the best.
Awesome.
All right. What was y'all's favorite moments? Give me your thoughts on Hannah, Ann, and Kelsey.
And we hope you were able to hear us. We hope that was a fluke, and you guys were all able to hear us because we were really funny tonight.
I think we're always really
That's
funny.
True.
Oh,
That's true.
Oh my god. Okay. What are y'all gonna do? I know y'all live. The only reason y'all watch The Bachelor is so you can watch us. I get it. Okay, next Monday. It's getting intense. Let's just talk about real quick the teaser of his mom crying to go after her.
You better go get her. And I'm like, where is she? I'll go get her for you. This is serious.
At that moment, if that doesn't change whatever decision Peter's making, he's no longer a friend
the man we thought he was.
He's no longer a friend of mine.
No.
I'm deleting our friendship on Instagram. I will no longer follow you, Pilot Pete. Yeah. Do not do us wrong like that.
Especially because your mom's awesome. So,
okay. All right. This is too much. Okay, we're just going to end.
All right, bye guys.